8 innings so far this year, and the Eaton pitchers have not allowed a brush run as we head to the second inning. As Tyler Sigg, who just allowed a walk in the first inning, will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Colby Waitert, Mitch Tormolen, and the only lefty in the Beat Digger lineup, Ken Garcia. Gregory Maris was very effective in the first inning, striking out 2 and allowing a pop-up. He did give up that double to Seth Jackson. And here is Waitert. Waitert had a big game against University on Tuesday, went 3 for 3 with a game-winning single and brushes 2-1 win.
Left fielder number 15, Shady.
So Waitert.
Shortstop number 5, Colby Waitert.
Will step in here against Tyler Sigg for the right side with an open stance. Wind and pitch, and the sidearm fastball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Waitert. And the pitch. That's on the outside corner. Another sidearm. It's 1-1 to the Beat Digger shortstop. No score in the top of the second inning. And the offering. Swung on and fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes, your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checkings to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank, 321 Ensign Street. Morgan Federal Bank, there's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 1-2. Curveball is lifted towards the first baseman, Dyer. He makes the catch on pretty much a half swing as Waitert was trying to extend the at-bat, but he put it in play. There's 1 down. Didn't have much trajectory on that one. Here's Mitch Tormolen, the Beat Digger third baseman. Another right-handed hitter against the righty, Tyler Sigg. The wind and pitch. The sidearm fastball is just outside. 1 ball and no strikes. That's what the Beat Diggers have to contend with coming from that sidearm angle. They got to hang in there on that breaking ball. That's when it gets very tricky. 1-0, and that's a strike. Took something off of that when the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Sigg works quickly, keeping his defense in rhythm. That's why Eaton is very good defensively as well. And that is just outside. Ball 2, strike 1. And Sigg does a good job of change of pace to keep the hitters off balance. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded towards the shortstop. Jackson charges. Sunday hop, throws on the run low and safe as Tormolen. Dyer could not scoop it, and that'll be an error on the shortstop, Seth Jackson. Quite frankly, that was an easy play, and he didn't set himself. He actually could have stopped and set his feet. Instead, he threw it right into the ground, and the Beat Diggers have their second base runner.
The first base, number 22, Ken Garcia.
Here's Ken Garcia hitting from the left side. In fact, Garcia was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning, the first meeting around, and that got Sigg out of the game, and it brought in Dante Foose, the pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball up and away. It's 0-1. A balls and 1 strike to Ken Garcia, the Beat Digger first baseman, who was the starting pitcher. He went the distance in that 7-0 loss to Eaton 12 days ago. The offering. Curveball is swung on in line. That's down the left field line for a base hit. Advancing to second is Tormolen. The Beat Diggers have their first hit. Now 2 on and 1 out for Trevor Blake. As the ball was chased down by Trent Sigg.
The catcher, number 2, Trevor Blake.
Sigg and Foose combined for a 1-hitter in that 7-0 loss by the Beat Diggers. It was Blake hitting a double to lead off the 6th inning off Dante Foose. So that's the first hit the Beat Diggers have had in these 2 appearances against Tyler Sigg. With an open stance is Blake, the pitch, and he takes a fastball for a strike down the middle just above the knees. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. No score in the top of the second inning on a beautiful day in Eaton. Bott lays down the sign, and the 0-1. That's outside, backhanded by Bott. 1 ball, 1 strike. The one thing that's very hard to do against Eaton pitchers is work their pitch count because they throw so many strikes, and you got to be aggressive in the count. And the 1-1 to Trevor Blake. And that is over but low. One with a fastball, ball 2, strike 1. The Bay Diggers with an early threat here in the second inning. And as we mentioned at the outset, Eaton has destroyed their first 4 Patriot League opponents by a 71-8 margin. The 2-1, curveball is down and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. To the Bay Digger catcher with Coyote Cohen on deck. At second is Tormolen. At first is Garcia. Conservative leads for those two. And the 3-1. Swag and a miss. Took something off it. It's 3-2. Yeah, more than likely with 1 out. And the Bay Diggers having their more conservative runners on the base paths. Neither one will take off here on a 3-2 to Blake. The stretch by Sig. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and hit right back to Sig. Looks to second. That's 1. Jackson to first. And that is going to be a double play. 1-6-3. And the Bay Diggers are done in the top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and a man left. We head to the bottom of the second. No score between Brush and Eaton on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the Bay Diggers had a big opportunity there. They 3-1 count to Trevor Blake. And then the 3-2 turned into a 1-6-3 double play, and the Bay Diggers did not score. And that's been the story, partially, their season. Limited offense. And they trail, or they check that, or are scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning. And for Gregory Maris, he'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Trent Sig, Dante Foose, and Corey Dyer. But the good thing is that the Bay Diggers did get some base runners at least, because in the first meeting, that was tough to come by. Maris had 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first inning. And here is Trent Sig, the left fielder.
Leading off to the left fielder, number 14, Trent Sig.
As Maris will deliver to his catcher, Trevor Blake. The wind and pitch. Swung on and fisted into right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit on the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning. Eaton has their second hit. That'll send up Dante Foose.
The right fielder, number 17, Dante Foose.
Foose, one of those unusual players who throws lefty and bats righty. 2-step lead for Sig at first. A stretch by Maris. Long set, the pitch, and he takes it for a strike. Took something off the fastball. It's 0-1. Your full-service florist with a whole lot more is the Flower Peddler. Come in and see what's in store at the Flower Peddler, 322 Main Street in downtown Fort Morgan. No balls, 1 strike. Blake lays down the sign, and the 0-1. And the curveball is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bay Diggers will be back in action coming up on Saturday morning at home against Estes Park. 11 o'clock start time right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. Maris looks back, about a 2.5-step lead for Sig. And the 1-1 offering. Fastball is high. Ball 2, strike 1 to the Eaton right fielder. I mean, the one trick besides not committing errors in terms of staying with Eaton is not allowing back-to-back hitters to reach. I mean, that's how dangerous they are. If not, they start playing a little bit of the small ball, then they get the big hits, and then all of a sudden it's a 3-4 nothing game. Swung on and drilled into deep right center field. Bias to his left, still running dive, and he makes a sparkling catch, and Sig is going to be doubled up. The throw to first on 1 hop to Ken Garcia, and he's going to step on the bag, and Bias completes the 8-3 double play. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. And Bias has made another great play in the outfield for the second time in 3 games after an incredible play in left field against Strasburg.
First baseman, number 9, Corey Dyer.
And normally when you're doubled up by well over 100 feet, you would think it's not good base running, but Baez laid out. I mean, that was a great defensive play. Here's Corey Dyer, the right-handed hitting first baseman. And the fastball is a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. But Sig just kept running. I think he was going to assume that there was no way that ball was going to be caught because he didn't turn around until it was caught. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the letters. It's 1-1. So the Bee Diggers now want to turn some defensive momentum to the offensive side, but they've got to get this third out. Swag and a miss, and a fastball up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's hard to say that Eaton has a weak point, but I think it's safe to say that the pitching is their strongest point. They've allowed only 14 runs. Curveball is swung on, grounded left side. Tormolen to his left, throws to first, low, but in time, and Dyer's retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the bases were left empty. We have played 2 innings in Eaton. Brush nothing, Eaton nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.